All right, this is October the 24th, 2015, and we're watching the western U.S. water vapor loop, and we're watching a couple of things here. We have Hurricane Olaf, which still has 110 mile per hour winds, is moving north-northeast at around, I believe it's around 10 miles per hour. Let's go check that out. Hurricane Olaf, okay, 110 mile per hour winds, north-northeast at 8 miles per hour. And a core pressure of 964 millibar. All right, let's go back to the map here. We're also watching this tremendous moisture field that's coming in right into California. And today in Los Angeles, we have some of the most heavy chemtrail spraying I've ever seen. And that is because of this moisture field. Somebody made a decision to send the planes out and to keep spraying. And so instead of getting rain and damp weather, we should be getting very damp weather because of this, obviously, and cloudy skies and cool weather. Instead, the relative humidity is around 19%, and the barometric pressure is dropped slightly. It's at 29.98, and the temperature is around 81 degrees right now at 4 o'clock. So, but the key thing is the relative humidity. It's around 20%, 19 to 20%. Yesterday it was 38, 39%, and the day before that, on the 22nd, it was 61%. So that gives you an idea of what these chemtrails do. They not only stop the rain, causing the capping inversion layer, but they raise the temperature because it traps, there is no convection, it just traps the heat. And we have lowered humidity and hotter temperatures. So global warming slash climate change is actually being caused by these aerosols being sprayed. That's the cause. And we're not getting rain instead of, we should be getting rain, but instead we're getting these aerosol chemtrails. Now here's an interesting feature I wanted to point out right here, right in this area. There's some I'm not sure if there's a microwave targeting some thunderstorms in this area, but we do see a lot of water vapor shooting out of the bottom here, right around in this area. This could also be chemtrails, but normally they don't show up that heavy from the satellite. We can go take a look at this also on the geostationary right here. Let's take a look at it. It's probably chemtrails, but we can see that hurricane. This is Olaf, and there's a lot of moisture coming off of that right into California, and we should be getting rain. They're stopping the rain. This is just really pretty awful. Storm after storm, we get sprayed instead of getting rain. All right, let's take a look at a couple of the other features today. Here's this is the infrared loop showing the intensity of that moisture field. Quite a bit of rain here, and it's drying up pretty good right around here. That's where all the chemtrail spraying is going on. All right, there's the visible light mode. Not much to see there. Here is the Northeast Pacific water vapor loop. We can get a good eye of, we can see Olaf right here. Olaf is being targeted, by the way. There's a blast pattern all the way around that storm. Let's look at this in the infrared loop. We can see the core diminishment, color change all throughout that core. Okay, let's take a look at this up close. This is the Central Pacific water vapor loop. This is slightly overexposed. There we go. Okay, so here is Olaf, and we can see a blast pattern, a very good example of a blast pattern all the way around this storm. We have these little icicle-like features all the way around. That is high velocity water vapor, superheated water vapor, moving out radially from the core of this system where it was targeted by microwave. And so that rapidly expanding superheated water vapor has nowhere to go but outward, and that this is the pattern right here that is generated from that event. Okay, so this is how they weaken hurricanes with microwaves. They hit the core, and we see the color change down here. It goes from a magenta down to an aqua color, depending on how much power they use. Sometimes they hit these cores with so much power we see a water vapor shooting out uh, much stronger than what we're seeing right now. All right, let's take a look at this in this is the infrared loop, and we can see the same blast pattern all the way around here, and we also see the color change. So they're targeting this thing, but it's not. They're not killing it. They're not blowing it apart. They're just throttling it. They're gradually winding this thing down as it moves towards California. They don't want to do it too make it too obvious what they're doing. But the blast pattern tells us that feature, the blast feature, and also the color change. That's really all we need to know. Here is the visible light mode. You can see some of these shock waves here are visible as they move out from the center. And we also see that blast pattern. Okay. Take a look at the this is that same map. This is the SSEC geostationary satellite, and we can see all that chemtrail activity going on right here. Actually, it's all through this whole moisture field, all chemtrailed. And we can see that blast pattern right here on Hurricane Olaf. All right. Okay, next we have the surface analysis map. This just shows the gale that's moving up towards Washington State. We've got that. There's a cold front here with some other strange stuff going on. We've got a high right behind that. That's the HARP transmitter that's putting high pressure on the core. We've got Olaf right here moving up towards California. Okay, so that's pretty much it. We'll go ahead and post this and do another update probably tomorrow. All right.